Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Your Next podcast. And today we're going to go back and visit a topic that we had been covering before, and that is the franchise disclosure document. And in particular, in our past episodes, if you haven't caught them, we have kind of worked through what they call the items of the FDD, and we've kind of walked through item 1 through item 13. We're looking at item 14 today. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, we do recommend you go back and watch those because a lot of these items can be progressive, meaning that a previous item will lead to an item later on in the document.
Welcome to What's Your Next. This is the go-to podcast for aspiring business owners who want to get to the next level, escape the rat race, and give their middle finger to the corporate 9-to-5. If you want financial freedom, work-life balance, and the business of your dreams, you're in the right place. Dave and Stacy Riska, husband-wife franchising duo, openly share their successes, failures, and lessons learned in franchising, business ownership, and working with your spouse.
Today we're going to be walking through item 14. And item 14 reviews the patents, the copyrights, and the proprietary information owned by the franchisor and what your access to that information means and what your limitations are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by asking Stacy, what is included in item 14 relating to patents, copyrights, and proprietary information?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. This is an item, in my opinion, that's more FYI related than one that you really need to dive deep into. But you have to know that this section is really outlining where, when, and how you can use, as Dave said, any patents, copyrights, and proprietary information. So this section will outline where or if the franchise has any of these such items and how you can use them. So think about it. When I think of this section, I always think of KFC. It's like the secret recipe, or maybe making Coca-Cola, right? There is a secret recipe to it. But if you're going to duplicate that, if you're going to be a franchisee, you need to know what it is. So it protects both the franchisor because they've spent a lot of money and invested in all of this, to make sure that you as the franchisee follow that same process.
Okay,
right?
and that totally makes sense. And that's the KFC example is perfect here as far as intellectual property goes. This also deals with more concrete issues like patents and copyrights that have very little to do with necessarily a proprietary formula that you are not really supposed to disclose. So can you talk a little bit about the limitations that a franchisee might have under this particular item?
Very likely you're going to see verbiage in there that you can't modify it, that any changes or any such, any modifications, that the franchisor owns all the rights to it, the exclusive rights, not just to have it, but to modify it. And if they modify it, you're going to have to modify it as well. So basically you're saying that you agree to follow whatever that franchise has as their patents, their copyrights, and their proprietary information.
Yeah, I think that covers this one pretty well. It's pretty straightforward. So we wanted to review item 14 today, which is patents, copyrights, and proprietary information. We're going to be moving on to item 15. Please, if you like our content, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all those cool things. And we will catch you on the next episode of What's Your Next.